Alright, so I'm going to go on with my Deckbuilder's Toolkit mini marathon. This is all going to be in a playlist. The first video, I opened all the cards in the toolkit, and I'm very happy that the toolkit has one of each of the build around uncommons. This is by far the most beautiful part of this toolkit. I plan to have a lot of fun with these. I'm sure I'm going to buy a couple more toolkits, even though I'm also going to crack a bunch of packs. So I've already lined them up: white, blue, black, green, red, green, multicolor, and artifact. And then I'm going to crack the 4 packs and put them in and start discussing what kind of builds I would do. So again, if you saw the previous video, there's a lot of lands that come with this toolkit. A lot of lands, and 10 of each. 2 of each of the 10 enters the battlefield tapped land. So this is great stuff. Now, in the old toolkits, they used to have selections that varied, and this one they don't. And actually, I don't really mind. I really like this change. I don't think in the old toolkits you could have gotten, say like for the Origins toolkit, one each of the build around uncommons that came with Origins. So I think that's actually a very good change. You give up a little something and you gain a little something. It's still a toolkit. It's got good stuff. It's kind of a Johnny's Pride mate. You can't go wrong with that. Okay, so this is Ixalan. Token, card. And as I pull the cards, I'm going to put them in their respective color. So to gain time for having a little bit of a discussion at the end of what kind of deck building do I want to do. Okay. And again, I'm not reading the cards, I think in the interest of time, but I will discuss them when we get down to deck building. We already have one of these in the toolkit. And I think we pulled a foil common, and we pulled one of these beautiful flip cards that I intend to collect all of out of Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan. So there's one. And I'm also going to do some sleeving, I think, after we briefly look at the cards. Just because I like to have the uncommons and the rares sleeved. Wish I had a little more sunlight, but I think this is enough for our needs here. Okay, so this is a Rivals of Ixalan pack. So I'm tilting the cards a little just so we can get the maximum sunlight, but I must say it's a fairly cloudy day. And that's one thing that I like to fix in the future, to no longer be a hostage to natural light. Okay. Again, I'm putting them in the correct piles just so we can briefly discuss. The Forerunners are awesome. These are all tutors. There's 5 of them, 1 in each color, and I think each one tutors for a different tribe. But there are 5. Well, there's at least 1 for each of the 4 major tribes of Ixalan. So those are great. Okay, and then we got lands and tokens. Okay, we're gonna set those aside. Okay, and I think I'm not gonna use the lands for the deck build, at least now I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be a very casual set of builds. Okay, so 4 packs are going to give you 4 more rares. The toolkit already comes with 5 rares, 1 in each color. So you get 9 rares out of a toolkit. Okay, uncommons. Uncommon land, which we're not going to use. This is another uncommon. Nice rare. Saga. And then this is your legendary in every pack thingy, which is really nice about Dominaria, and then token. Okay, so now we're down to the last pack, and we're at the 6-minute mark, so I'm going to have time to look through and see what our options are for deck building out of this toolkit. Okay. Another divination. I think we had one in the regular cards. And I know we had another one of these in here. Okay. Okay, here are the uncommons. We have another murder in here, so this is the second one. That's great. And that's our rare. Nothing special, you know, nothing special. We have yet another one of these dual lands. So those are all the cards. Let's briefly go through each color. Okay. And I'm just going to do a creature count as I go through them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of my angels. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I got 15 white critters. It's all about the creatures in a very casual build, really. You're a new player, you just want to look at how many creatures you've got, in my opinion, and then start building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Of course, in blue, you're normally going to have fewer creatures. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I think. So yeah, so typically about 15 creatures per color. You're going to want to do 24. So you're going to be able to make some selections out, which is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so that, and then the green ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, green is the color of creature, so you have 17. So there you have it. And then in the case of the uncommons, on the dual color cards, you've got at least 1, and then the 10. Look at that. I love this. Love this about the toolkit. That's great. So we can have a lot of fun trying out a few multicolored builds. Okay, and a few artifacts. So I think just to get started, I'm going to see what a white-blue build would be. Okay, so we've got the uncommon. Of course, when we look at this list, this group of cards, we know we only can pull 1 because there's 10. So you already have these 2. Okay, and then okay, so these are all your non-creature cards. Not permanents. Like sometimes I call them permanents, but they're really cards because instants and sorceries are not permanents. Of course, because we're in white-blue, we're also going to look at the artifacts. You've got some Artifact Matters cards in blue in M19 especially. Okay, so there you have it. That's all your creatures. Then now, let's move cards away. Mr. Blue Whale is going to take a little break over there. And then we're also going to look at all the artifacts, especially first for creatures, and then for everything else. Okay, so there you have it. So now we can build a little curve. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Five over where you're not seeing it. You're seeing 4, but you're not seeing 5. And 6. See a lot of 3 drops. Two drop, 1 drop, 2 drop. This guy is a 4 drop, and this dude is a 4 drop. So for your 1 drops, let's just line them all up and go through them. Let's do a count first. Okay, so we've got 5 drop and 6 drop. 5 drop, 6 drop, 5 drop. Okay, there we go. So how many creatures do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 34. We got to get rid of 10. Now in the 1 drop range, Ascend, I'm not sure if we're going to have Ascend. We need 10 permanents for that, but we'll take it. If you control 3 or more creatures, not cats, that's great. It's not limited to cats, so yeah, that's wonderful. Gets +1/+0 as long as you control an artifact. We're going to dig in for artifacts for sure. When it enters the battlefield, you create a token. That's fantastic. And it's a 4 drop, and I put it with the 2 drops. That was a mistake. Okay. Looking through I'm not looking through the visor the viewer that the camera has. I'm trying to look through the side, so sometimes I don't read it correctly. Vanilla goes in. Each legendary creature, that's not going to matter, but it's a 2 drop. You need 2 drops, and so you're going to keep it. Vanilla, 3/1, yeah, why not? Creates a token. When it dies, you're going to fight somebody, so yeah, vanilla. You're always going to want this, but you're not really gaining life. I don't know if we can really get this dude to be big, so let's think about it when we look through our non-creature spells. Scrying is fantastic, yes, of course. Okay, so whenever you cast a spell of the chosen color, you gain 1 life. So this guy is going to trigger your Ajani. That's wonderful. You're going to have to pick a color, and you're on 2 colors, so that's good. That's really good. It's got vigilance. Look at the top 4 cards. Reveal a creature, power 2 or less. Put it into your hand. Yeah, okay, that's good. Give something else flying when it attacks, right? Yeah, when it attacks. That's great. Return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand, and it's a 2/3. I'm going to put it to the side. As I get into the higher curve, is when I'm going to get really picky. I'm not sure if you're going to have Ascend, but this is a 3/2/2. I don't know. Target artifact you control becomes a 5/5. That's really good. Create a colorless artifact. Gets +1/+1 instant and sorcery spell. 3/2/2. I'm going to put it to the side. Return target creature. Yeah, very disruptive. That's nice. This is great. We're going to keep both of these. It's got Defender. You got to pay 3 to take a Defender away from it. It doesn't have flying. Doesn't do anything. Let's put it to the side. You create a token when it enters. That's good. Flash and flying. Flash, you can play it as an instant. You can play it anytime. That's great. If you control an artifact, yeah, that's great. 4/2/4. Creates a token. That's nice. See, this is a really good selection. You don't have dinosaurs, so this guy's out. Heavy vanilla at the top of your curve, no. If you control, yeah, that's good. Draw a card. You need a flyer with Scry. That's wonderful. Why wouldn't you? Why would you turn down Sarah Angel? Flying and Hexproof, but it's a 5. No. The Sphinx. It's disruptive and it's a flyer. I would keep it, and I would keep my big angel. So I've got a lot of creatures. Now I'm running out of time, and I'm going to stop right here, and in the next video I'll keep going with my white-blue build.